Students, family members, friends, faculty, and guests, welcome to Northeastern State University's Spring 2021 commencement for the College of Business and Technology, undergraduate students. My name is Debbie Landry. I serve as the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Today, we recognize spring and summer graduates who've chosen to participate in this ceremony. We particularly want to welcome guests and family members who are watching through our live stream service, as well as those that are here in the event center. At this time, we ask everyone to rise for the National Anthem sung by Elizabeth Stroud, a political science major at NSU. Elizabeth will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Brennan Marcotte, trumpet, Jackson Washburn, trumpet, Denario Schultz, horn, Lily Van, trombone, and Dylan Ward, tuba. Miss Jamie Combs, a faculty member in the Special Education Program, will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets had gone, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th president, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings.
Good morning, everyone. It's okay, we're a small enough group. You can say good morning. Let's make sure you hear. Everybody hear okay? I heard a little bit of a ring. I want to make sure it's fine. Can you hear over here? Everyone good? How about anyone back here? Good? All right, well, welcome to the third of 6 commencements for Northeastern State University. It's good to join you this morning for the ceremony for the College of Business and Technology. To the students, the degree candidates that are on the floor, I know that the last 13, 14 months has not been what you expected, nor has it been anything like any of us have ever experienced before. There's been disappointment, there's been heartache, there's been pain, there's been loss. But I know one thing, you resolved to complete, and you were flexible, nimble, fluid. So I want to say first, thank you for sticking to it for the last year and a half. It's been really tough. But I also appreciate so much your commitment to the health and safety of others. I much prefer in this arena to have the stage on that end, the bleachers pulled out, and this building filled to capacity. But we're just not where we need to be yet. And I remember a year ago now, and in fact, these are our first commencements with a few guests in 2 years. A year ago, it was virtual. In December, we had only students, and today we have guests. But I also know that we would all love to have more guests. And to those members of your family that are watching through live stream, I say greetings. Thank you for your understanding as we try to get across the goal line on COVID. And I hope and pray that by July, we're in a much better place. But thank you so much for your commitment to others and what you've accomplished. So I'm really proud of you. You look around, you see the beautiful spring flowers. You've heard music. You've seen people, parking attendants. You have folks with cameras. Those behind me, you can see the video screen, so someone's on a camera somewhere here and there. You've got photographers. There are a lot of volunteers and employees that have worked tirelessly this week to make sure we're ready to host 5. This will be one of 3 commencements today. And by the way, in between each commencement, we have a crew that will come in and sanitize the entire facility. So a lot of folks have worked hard for us to be here safely. Let's, all of you folks, wave. If you're one of those that have helped, let's say thank you to them today for their efforts to get us here. Thank you employees, volunteers, everyone for helping us today. You're doing a great job. Brian, thank you, and the musicians. Students, if you would stand for just a second, put your diploma covers in your seat. Stand with me if you would. Today is a big day. You've accomplished a lot. Some of you wondered, like me many, many years ago, I think in 1930 when I got my bachelor's degree, if you would get here, if you would make it, but you made it. But I assure you, you didn't get here by yourself. Every major accomplishment in most of our lives, it's because of the love and support and encouragement, and many times the sacrifice of others. I'm a first-generation college student on both sides of my family. I always loved the conversations with my grandmother in her late 80s who had to quit school after 3rd grade to raise her siblings when she wanted to know what it was like to be a college student. You know what it's like, but you were supported. I want you to find where your loved ones, your family members are, point them out. Let's make some noise and thank our family members for what they've done to get you here today. Thank you, families. Very good. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Northeastern State University has a disproportionately high number of students and faculty staff that have served in the armed services. In the early days, it was primarily because Native Americans served in the armed services at a higher level. And we are so proud to have a federal designation as a veteran-friendly campus. We have a major event in November 11 at 11 o'clock to dedicate a bigger-than-life bronze veterans monument. So I hope you'll come back for that. You already know the date and time. But we appreciate our veterans. So if you are here and you have served or are serving in one of the branches of the military, would you stand and let us thank you properly for your service? All veterans, please stand. Thank you so much for your service. Tomorrow's a big day, right? Let me just we're kind of a more intimate group today. Think of the most top 5 influential people in your life. And you want to be careful how you answer this, especially if she's here. How many of one of those 5 would be your mother? In my life, it would be so. Moms have a special place in the home, and it's a big job. So it's no wonder that tomorrow we celebrate Mother's Day. So let's be a little bit preemptive. And this is kind of a warning if you forgot. There's still time to get a card. And dads, there's still time to make dinner arrangements or lunch arrangements for tomorrow. But be safe. Let's, moms, all the moms in the building, would you stand and let us say Happy Mother's Day to you? Yeah, Happy Mother's Day. With our protocols, we limit the number of folks that are on the platform to those that have a speaking role. But there are 4 people that have worked and continue to work tirelessly to help move the institution forward day in and day out. They have not had a break since March 11 last year when we started working through all of the COVID protocols. One of them you've already heard from, the vice presidents. We have Dr. Debbie Landry over here, the provost and vice president for academic affairs. So thank you. Behind me back here we have, I'm trying to see, looks like we have Dr. Jared Freeman first, VP of Student Affairs. Next, Mr. Dan Mayberry, Vice President, University Relations, and then Christy Lansall, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Let's thank them for their hard work. I have a special guest that at least one of the 2 you know, or two special guests. NSU's chief volunteer, my wife Penny. So Penny, good morning. We're glad that you're here. And yeah, thank you for being here. And then beside her is Linda Harrison. She is the spouse of our speaker, who we'll say more about, but she's also an alumna of Northeastern State. So Linda, stand and welcome back. Thank you for being here. They were with us yesterday, and we're so thankful that they stayed over today, and we appreciate them with that. Lastly, there are a lot of folks that have a significant part in your success here at the institution. But proportionately, there's no one that spends more time with you on a day-to-day basis than the faculty. And you can have great relationships, we can provide outstanding services, but at the end of the day, it's a rigorous, relevant education that will make the difference in your life. So to the faculty, thank you for being here. Thank you for your role here. Thank you, good morning, and welcome.
Students, faculty members from the College of Business and Technology are seated behind you and are here to share this moment. Our faculty bring Northeastern State University statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, they care about our students and their success. Please join me in expressing our appreciation to the outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, please stand. Thank you. Please be seated. Now we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. NSU is fortunate to have an affiliation with the Gates Millennium Scholar Program, which selects 1,000 students each year to receive a Good Through Graduation scholarship to use at the college or university of their choosing. This scholarship also includes funding for a graduate degree program in particular areas of need. In this ceremony, we recognize Jordan Hare, a double major in healthcare administration and environmental health and safety management from Tahlequah. Jordan, please stand and be recognized. This morning, we want to recognize students with grade point average honors. Undergraduate honor students wear paired cores that are green with white, silver, or gold, depending on the recognition. The names of the spring 2021 honor graduates and the grade point average qualifications for undergraduate honors are in the program. These students will be recognized individually as they cross the stage. Please join me in recognizing our cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude honor students. Honor graduates, please stand.
It's a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, John Harrison, a brigadier general assigned to the Oklahoma National Guard. Commissioned in 1988 through NSU's Reserve Officer Training Corps, Brigadier General Harrison has served our country for more than 30 years and is currently the Director of Joint Staff, where he has oversight of more than 1,000 full-time employees. During his career, General Harrison served with units in the United States, Germany, and Iraq, and as commander at the company and battalion levels. He's been decorated with multiple awards, including the Legion of Merit and the Bronze Star Medal. In addition to his baccalaureate degree in accounting from NSU, General Harrison holds a Master of Business Administration and Human Resources Management from Trident University International and a Master of Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. This fall, he was recognized with the President's Award for Community Service. As a sidebar, interestingly enough, when he was here yesterday at 3 o'clock to speak at the first three NSU commencements, it was his first NSU commencement. He had to wait 33 years as a graduate of NSU to be able to participate in commencement because in 1988 in December there were no December commencement, and he had to move to Alabama to go to flight school, so he was unable to come back in May for his commencement service. So he may be the first, really, that 33 years later he gets to participate in an NSU commencement as the speaker. So please join me in welcoming NSU alum and Brigadier General John Harrison. General.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, let's give Elizabeth Stroud and that brass ensemble a big round of applause for the playing of the National Anthem. That was fantastic. So the first thing I want to do when I get up here is thank Dr. Turner for inviting Linda and I back to the Northeastern State University in Tahlequah. And he said I was here yesterday, got to speak a couple of times, and I also got to spend, Linda and I got to spend some time with Dr. Turner and his wife, Penny. And let me tell you, I'm highly impressed. Impressed with what they've done with the university here in almost the 10 years that he's been the president. And I'm most impressed by the fact that everything he does, all the buildings that get built here, all the funds that are raised, you are at the center of all that. He truly believes in student-centered leadership. And in the military, we've got a tradition that anytime we see excellence, we like to give them a coin. So what I would like to do is present you with my coin for the excellence that you've done here. And if you could give Dr. Turner one more round of applause and show him your appreciation for what he's done for you over the last few years. And then to show that we're doing the right thing, got hand sanitizer, and we'll get all that straightened out. So.
We're ready?
Okay, and since you're far away from me, and I'm getting much older, and I can't see these words that I've got down here, I'm going to take off this mask so my glasses don't fog up, and we're going to get that going, and we're going to get started. So it is truly an honor to come back to NSU to speak to the graduating class of 2021, and especially you, the graduates of the College of Business and Technology. Rapid evolution of technology, artificial intelligence, geotargeting, automation, and other advancements in information technology are setting the stage for more technological advancement. Great news for all of you techies out there. And what an exciting time to start a new business or to dive into the corporate world. The United States and the world economies appear to be ready for liftoff, with some predicting U.S. GDP growth of over 5% as we move through 2021. But as we moved through 2020, as you know, the world has been working its way through a global pandemic. COVID-19 has taken the lives of over 600,000 Americans and over 3 million people across the planet. Please keep their families and friends in your thoughts and prayers. And while at your ages you may not be at as much risk, go ahead and get vaccinated to reduce the chances that you could innocently spread this disease to someone who is at higher risk. We've had to change the way we work, the way we shop, and the way we travel, and so much more in an effort to stop the spread of this disease. Even this ceremony was altered, still in masks and limited to 2 guests per student. So while they all may not be here, as Dr. Turner said, your parents and family have played a big part in your success. So if they were able to attend, or as they watch the ceremony on social media, let's let them know how much you appreciate their support with a big round of applause. And graduates, just because I can, I want to introduce you to Linda one more time. Simply stated, she is the love of my life, and I can't imagine this life without her. And she is a graduate of NSU as well, graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor's of Business Administration. Dr. Turner asked me to speak to you about what my education and NSU means to me. And my wife, Linda, she always says, just tell your story, because someone here might be able to relate to it. So I enlisted in the Oklahoma Army National Guard in January of 1984. I know, that was a long time ago. So while I was a senior at Purcell High School, I was commissioned a regular Army second lieutenant in front of Seminary Hall. I became an Army aviator, and throughout the 1990s, I served in Iraq, Germany, Fort Rucker, Fort Eustis, Fort Campbell, and Camp Eagle, Korea. And after 8 years of active duty, Linda and I decided we wanted to raise our 2 kids in Oklahoma in what can only be described as an incredible stroke of good luck and timing. An aviation maintenance officer position opened up with the Oklahoma National Guard in Lexington, Oklahoma. I was subsequently selected, and we moved to Norman, where our kids went to school from kindergarten through graduation from the University of Oklahoma. Now, just a few years after arriving in Norman, the attacks of 9/11 occurred, and the country went to war. And the National Guard was quickly called up, and ever since, the United States Armed Forces and your Oklahoma National Guard have been training service members and deploying them to Iraq and Afghanistan and other places across the globe at a high rate. Here in the Oklahoma National Guard, I've been deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, trained in Azerbaijan, Germany, Japan, Africa, and across the United States. And from that initial enlistment as a private, I've been fortunate enough to attain the rank that I wear today humbly, Brigadier General. I give you that brief synopsis of a 37-year military career, not to brag, and certainly not to show off, but to say that none of that would have been possible. None of it would have ever happened if I didn't have a bachelor's degree from the Northeastern State University. And I shared it because you too can reach unimaginable heights with the degree that you worked so hard for and will receive today. I know that you can do it because the reality is, I'm just John. And like many of you, from a small town in Oklahoma, where like many of you, I grew up with supportive parents that valued education. And then as a sophomore in high school, I met Linda. And then I went off to initial Army training while she was a high school senior. And not long after I returned, Linda and I would move to Tahlequah. We arrived in late August of 1985, and just 3 years and 4 months later, we departed. In that short time, we got married at the young age of 20 and 19. We bought a mobile home and moved to Southland Village Trailer Park, which is in the vicinity of where Jimmy's Egg is today. I started at ROTC in the fall of '96, and since I was prior service, it was a 2-year program, so now we had a limited amount of time to finish our degrees. We were often taking 18 to 21 hours per semester in order to finish on time. To pay the bills, Linda had a work-study job, and I had ROTC, the National Guard, and a job sweeping parking lots at night. So together we supported ourselves on about $600 a month. It was a whirlwind, as you can imagine, but in those few years, we learned how to depend on each other. We learned the value of using time wisely, and we learned the importance of finishing what you start. It was a busy time, but I am so glad we choose Northeastern State University as the first place we called home. Although hectic, we truly enjoyed our college experience. The professors here at Northeastern, as they do today, genuinely cared about whether or not we succeeded and often knew us by name, and by graduation day had ensured we were fully prepared for the challenge when we jumped out into the world. Now, as you just heard, I've had a lot of great experiences in the Army and the Oklahoma National Guard. But you know, one of the things that I didn't do, one of the things I never got around to, I never got a tattoo. It's real hard to see if you guys are smiling or laughing right now with all those masks on, but I never got a tattoo. But a few years ago, Linda got one. So I started thinking, well, maybe I need to get one. But what would I have tattooed on my body? Several things came to mind, and certainly the first one was Linda with a big heart around it, or maybe our kids' names or their birth dates. But I kept thinking, what art would I want to look at other than their names that wouldn't go out of style? It wouldn't change. And you know what I came up with? A clock. But it's a cool clock, and I could show it to you. I got a picture of it on my phone, but we don't have much time. And you see, that's it. The clock represents time, which to me is the great equalizer. Whether you're a general or a private, a professor or a student, those that are down on their luck are those that have been more fortunate. Anyone you can think of, we all have the same 24 hours in one day. If you have money, you can't buy some time from someone else. If you're talented, you can't barter with someone for their time. It doesn't matter what you do, 24 hours. It doesn't stop and it doesn't wait for you. Time doesn't care what you do with it. There is no on or off switch. A week goes by, another 168 hours passed. There is no time out. You can't stop it. The other day I read that the average American life expectancy at birth is about 78 and a half years, which equates to 28,667 days. So today, I'm 55 years and 116 days old, which means for me, over 20,000 of those days are gone, and on average, about 8,500 are left. But for the majority of you graduating today, your time is inverse to mine. Most of you have well over 20,000 days to go. But of course, what makes that interesting is that not one of those days is guaranteed. We don't know when or how we'll go. So here are a few simple thoughts on how to live your life, how to live your best life every day. So if you want to live your best life, don't drink more beers than miles you've run that day. You'll feel much better the next morning. If you want to live your best life, be a lifelong learner. Never stop learning. Grab all of the education that you can, because education is the one thing that can never be taken away. The degree you just earned today stays with you for life. Love what you do, and be the best at the job you have today. If you combine this with lifelong learning, when that incredible stroke of luck and timing arrives, you'll be ready to take advantage of it. If you want to live your best life, volunteer. Do something for someone else solely for the reason of giving back. And if you want to live your best life, join the Oklahoma National Guard. All right, I had to go there, but think about it. Who wouldn't want you to be in their organization? And I often say the Oklahoma National Guard's a great place for everybody to start and for some of us to stay. So if you're interested, look into it and come join us. If you want to live your best life, learn to love those that disagree with you and respect their point of view. Today, this is more important than ever. It is way too easy to type some heated language into social media. So instead, invite that person to debate it over a coffee drink, or maybe if you ran that day, a cold beer. And then when you depart, do it with a handshake or a hug. Be prepared for adversity, because it will seek you out, attempting to destroy you or your relationships if you're not ready. Stay balanced, work, family, spiritually. Because when the work is done, it's your family and spirituality that will be there for you. If you want to live your best life, always, always be positive and have fun. And above all else, if you really want to live your best life, if you haven't already, find someone who loves you. Find someone to love, someone who will love you back, and work hard every day to fall in love all over again. So Riverhawks, class of 2021, again, congratulations on this great milestone in your life. When this commencement ceremony is done, get up there and find your families and parents and friends and give them all a great big hug. And let them know how much you love and appreciate them. And take this degree that you have worked so hard for and get out there and take on the world. And right now, and in all of the days ahead, live your best life.
Thank you so much, General Harrison. It is a tradition at Northeastern State to give a gift to our commencement speaker, and it's an heirloom quality gift. The best way I can describe it, because you can see in my hand, is that it's a smaller version of the official seal of the institution. For those of you in the audience or on the monitors or from afar, you can see it on the banners, the gonfalons behind me, and you will see that there's really 3 circles, 3 rings, however you want to call it. In the second ring, the most narrow one, you're going to see the date on your right side of 1846. At the very bottom, in the outer ring, you're going to see the date 1909. The 1846 date is representative of November 26, 1846, when the Cherokee Council in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, passed an act to create or replace what had been lost on the front side of the Trail of Tears, their educational system, and to rebuild the Cherokee National Female Seminary. The seminary opened. Yesterday was the 170th anniversary of the original opening of the seminary. It burned on Easter Sunday, 1887. It reopened at this location May 7, 1889. So yesterday marked the 132nd year of NSU, again, the seminary that became NSU, being at this location educating young people. That's a big shout out to those Cherokees from the past, present, and future that are so committed to education. At the bottom is 1909. That is March 6, 1909, a very young state called Oklahoma that combined 2 territories actually had to create a public education system, and they balanced what was 2 territories. 3 in Indian Territory, 3 universities in Oklahoma Territory, at least regionals or normal schools, teacher schools. So that's what that date is. And then on the back, we have this inscribed: Brigadier General John Harrison, commencement speaker, May 7 and 8, 2021. I'm sorry it took 33 years for you to get here, but we're glad you made it, and congratulations, and thank you again, General.
It is time to present candidates for baccalaureate degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage, and after all candidates are recognized individually, President Turner will confer degrees. Dr. Janet Buzzard will present the candidates and announce names. Faculty, I ask if you concur with these recommendations for degrees. If so, please rise. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning. I'm Janet Buzzard, Dean of the College of Business and Technology. President Turner, I'm pleased to present these candidates upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Baccalaureate candidates, please come forward. Dallas Gulick. Dakota Ray. Mason Warren. Brandy Whaler. Ashley Donnell, magna cum laude. Mohammed Alatabi. Brianna Gandy. Theron Merrill. Kyle Dylan Kraft. Britt Brown. Callie Brown, cum laude. Michelle Halpin. Sandra Jeanette Barks, summa cum laude. Hunter Forsyth. Mason Colston. Garrett Hasten. Nicholas Petrie. Holly Morrison. Chelsea Karstens. Jacob Craig Caldwell. Christella Vidner, magna cum laude. John Duncan. Dua Alakali. Dwayne Cooper. Riley Murray. Anthony Gosen. Miranda Johnson. Claire Kendrick. Peyton Arnwine, summa cum laude. Destiny Blossom. Sydney Kane. Megan Coates. Wyatt Sanders. Tyler Keaton. Micah Harrell. Brandy Moore. Julie Baker. Jaden Warner. Caitlin Maloney. Taylor Million, magna cum laude. Sina Hayes. Tara Lamb. Carmen Dufour. Samuel Broyles. Nakisha Angelique Marshall. Congratulations. Emily Barrett. Faris Hamad Almordef. Jose Ronaldo Estrada Ramos. Hussein Alda Nayan. Hannah Marissa Noyes. Demonquez Allen. Jordan Hare. Magna cum laude. Sorry about that one. Natalie Smith. Cum laude. Abdulrahman Alsleen. Michael Simmons.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify that all of the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate degree respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Landry. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree as printed into the program with all of the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Congratulations. Graduates, there is a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. Please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Please be seated for a while longer. Thank you.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives, and today you're joining this distinguished group, and we're here as your partner as you begin this next chapter of your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Daniel Johnson, NSU's Director of Alumni Relations.
So just mere moments ago, President Turner conferred upon you your baccalaureate degree. And you'll recall he said that your degree carried with it certain rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. And in the brief time I have with you this morning, I want to expand just a bit on these rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. So because of your efforts and tenacity over the last number of years, especially these last 18 months, you have earned the right to call yourself a graduate of Northeastern State University. And today you have joined our family of over 64,000 living alumni who make up what we call the Green and White Network. And in earning this right to call yourself an NSU alumnus, you have also earned the right to put on the official NSU alumni pin, which you will find in your bags, and I encourage you to do that today. And know that the NSU Alumni Association will always be striving to keep you connected with NSU and with each other. Rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. You and your fellow graduates have earned the rank of a Bachelor of Business Administration, a Bachelor of Science. And in achieving this rank, you have done something that roughly only 1/3 of the U.S. population has done in earning a college degree. And because of this, more doors are bound to be open for you, more opportunities laid out in front of you. Keeping in mind, of course, there are no givens in life, but because of your rank, certainly there's opportunities for greater success because of what you have achieved. You can imagine the privileges that come with the degree that you've earned, but I'd like to focus on the specific privileges of being an NSU Alumni Association member. Our Alumni Association members are entitled to perks and benefits, and specifically focusing on our Green and White Perks program, which can save you real money on everything from shopping to entertainment, travel, and more. And I encourage you to take a look at the information that we will soon be sending you about Alumni Association membership. And I do hope that you take advantage of the privileges of staying connected with NSU through Alumni Association membership. Rights, ranks, privileges, and the most important one, responsibilities. As a Northeastern State graduate, you now share in the responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Adding value to the NSU degree. Perhaps you're wondering, how do I do that? Let me offer 4 suggestions to you to add value to the degree. First, become excellent at what you do. Second, be worth more than you cost. Third, do what you say you're going to do. And last, outwork everyone. Folks, if you do these 4 things, you will certainly be fulfilling your responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Those who have been a part of your journey to get here today are certainly proud of your accomplishments, and you, of course, should feel pride in what you have done. And as you end this chapter of your time with NSU, I echo the challenge that General Harrison laid before you to live your best life. And live your best life in such a way that you fulfill the promise of your degree from Northeastern State University with all its rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we come to the close of this ceremony, please listen carefully to these directions to facilitate a safe and smooth exit from the arena. In just a moment, we will ask you to stand for the NSU Alma Mater. Freeman de Graffenried, a criminal justice major, will sing the Alma Mater first in Cherokee, recognizing NSU's historical significance as the Cherokee National Female Seminary. Then we ask all audience members to join Elizabeth Stroud in singing the English lyrics. Both Freeman and Elizabeth will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the Alma Mater, ushers will guide students out alternating rows through the east and west entrances of the arena and then outside. Faculty and guests will be dismissed after graduates have left the arena. Now please stand for the Alma Mater.
Squadagigi nigo hilages esti adelo quosti ale do you go dai ani jalagi Dalena ijiki Juna dello costi Ijala codesti